Welcome to Kingdom Culture. Kingdom Culture is a platform where we talk about everything entertainment, especially with regard to Christian entertainment and Christian daily living. You know, so many things are happening in society that we are not able to decipher who is a Christian, who is not a Christian. The scriptures are clear. Our example is Christ. But on this program, we learn from everyday living and see how we can be able to look back in history and come forward again and look at what we are doing and find out which is which and what we can use to create industry and especially entertainment for the over 80 million Christians that are in our country. My name is Obus Bezali Brodo, and I have a good friend here today. I'm going to hear story tired today. This is James MUNOR. James.
Abud. Long time.
Let's just talk to people. I know there are maybe 2,000, 3,000 people. Over the 80 million people in Nigeria never know you. Just tell them who is James MUNOR.
Well, thank you. My name is James MUNOR, a recording artist, gospel recording artist.
Yes, that's James MUNOR. Where he come from? Ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to hide anything. We want to be able to talk to us because Christians don't have platforms when they really enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
You can enjoy yourself and be a child of God. You can. But we just want to look at our historicity, the things we've been through, who we've been, and who we are now, where we are now, where we're going to. So we're talking about daily life, our lifestyle, and things we've been through. I've known you over
more than 30 years.
Yes. Our first experience. Let's begin from our first experience. But
no go there.
Ladies and gentlemen, James is a fantastic singer.
Oh my God.
Fantastic singer. Personally, James have a story. Let's go to your background. Where were you born?
Okay.
Family and
I'm born into a Chemonos family.
Okay.
Yeah, in Delta State, and Yochan North in Delta State. Yeah. So born into that family, polygamous family.
Una large,
27 children.
27.
1 man, 4 wives.
1 pillar.
4 wives. 13 boys and 14 girls. Yes. I'm just the last.
Oh, you are like 25, 20. You are 25. I don't suspect you since.
The 25th child.
When did you get into gospel music?
Quite early, around 13 years.
13
years. When I was 13 years, yes.
Because there was one that I was speaking to James off camera some days back. We were talking about our days.
Yeah.
And now this young voice.
Yeah.
I remember I posted something on Facebook, and I remember when Venu Banefo reminded me of our time at Unsuka.
Yeah, that meeting and experience was what gave birth to my knowing you well. This young voice. Una waka.
We waka.
You were virtually in every campus.
Yes.
Everywhere.
We grew up from the campus.
Every campus you were there, but in this incident we met. It's called the Maranatha Convention.
Yes.
Enugu
State University.
Yes, we met there.
Yes.
And then you were a guest, this young voice, myself, and Venom. And then
I remember we
retired after the first night.
Yes.
Having
Gordon's
is a case. Then Festus is a case. And you, George, and I can't judge together, I can't give it comedy. Only in one room.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I am the only audience.
Before we got into the room, James had already ran into the sand. One day, heap of white sand. He laughed to the point that he ran in.
I was in pain, with laughing.
But James, then Christianity. We enjoyed Christianity not because
it was
of
sweet.
The money.
It wasn't about money. Yeah.
About the money. I remember they didn't even give us good food now.
No.
They didn't even give us good honor.
It was the best then. Good accommodation.
Yes.
But it wasn't about the money because we were excited that we could be called, to be used of God. The assignment was being called. It wasn't about the money. Money was secondary. It wasn't even what do I say? satisfying. But the joy that we were doing what God has given to us was the best you can ever have.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Now, looking back to then and now, how do you see what
things have changed? Because at a point I started blaming myself, but after reasoning and God spoke to my heart that everything you have done over time has gone down the soil of our word, and there is a remembrance for everything you've done. So take away your eyes from the monetary, whatever is going on. Somebody goes for one show and he's paid like 4 million, and you go for one and they're giving you 400,000. You can't compare them. But in the archive of God, in God's archive of remembrance for what you've done, these things don't count.
But don't you think that those people who go for show and get 4 million, they have packaged themselves?
They have, that some of us have not done. But you see, what is the difference here? I can't really place it because I don't know what they have done now that we didn't do then.
Is it because is it that we were not trained in branding?
Yes, we were not. We had the anointing, but there was no enough packaging for it.
And that is bringing annoyance, right?
Yes. But thank God for people like you and people like me, because we learned, along the way, and it's helping us. We have climbed stages,
yeah,
platforms.
Especially no podium.
Platforms.
The podium that created the people who are becoming superstars today.
Yeah.
Holding big shows.
There are places I have gone to over the years, and I still keep going to those places now, and it's like a big deal. There's sometimes I'm walking off a stage out of a city, and some people are just going there.
What do you do when you meet young talents who don't know your history? I'm talking about this young boy, myself, over 37 years being Christian entertainment. What do you do? What do you do when you meet talents who don't know you?
I do not. I just look.
And I
just look. Maybe there was a case I went somewhere. We were all invited, and then the church didn't know me too well. A guy was raining, so when we got there, they put me behind a seat before his own seat.
Okay.
And I was called to minister after he had ministered. And then there was this, I don't know what God did, maybe he just wanted to showcase himself through me that day.
The glory came
so much
down.
Glory that came. When I was done, they took me from where I was and put me in front
of.
Now, that was not what I was looking for, but in fact, for the fact that God revealed himself in that manner was what meant a lot to me at the time. Now, when you meet them, don't try to introduce yourself. Just be calm, like I've always done. It is the grace that does introduction later.
Let me explain.
But you see, I found out that some of these were really full of themselves because they have not been trained in this godly character, because they feel it's about fame and money.
How do you see when people, ministers, especially music, they come to a worship program, they come late while worship is on, and they come into the service and start greeting each other while the worship is on?
Yes, ministers and ministers of music.
Yes, the worship is on. Worship is not for man. And then when they finish, when they do that, they tell the person, "I'll soon leave. Please call me next so that I can." And they finish and they leave. How do you see
It's annoying. It's annoying because I've seen that happen on a number of
some can be genuinely busy for the next appointment,
but there's a place for reverencing God, whether you are very busy. When you come into a place and the worship of God is going on, there's a way you coordinate yourself. You can just come in humbly. In that, they will know. God will know that you are. Even though you are busy and you are stepping out, there's this disposition of reverence that you will give to God. It's not a time to start gisting or exchanging pleasantries and all that.
There wasn't a show in Asaba some years back, and we brought some of these young boys who grew actually watching us, and I don't want to mention their names, but he came with his band, but I came there along with the soundtrack. So when I saw his band, they were coming on stage, and I was to minister before him. So I said, "Can you guys play this thing for me?" And they muted everything.
Wow.
So I had to sing without this on this soundtrack. When I finished, I just wanted to do so I could do some worship and balance up. And by the time I was stepping out of the stage, they started playing my song for the Aoga. Okay. It was playing till for the Aoga song I sang before his Oga became a superstar.
Wow.
You know, and if I was not born again, then if I'm the type of people they say they copyright his song, I'll go slap him for stage. You know, they experience that kind of thing.
Yeah, I've experienced it several times. Now, the people who do this especially are those who know you personally, and somehow we can't go to those programs with the full accompaniment of instrumentalists. So when I got there, it was my time to sing. Something happened and that guy couldn't meet up. So I just needed them.
Drummer. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. I'm talking with James MUNOR, some great experiences by way back, and see what we can learn from them. Welcome back. I'm still here chatting with James MUNOR. James, and your drummer, you were saying something.
Yeah, he couldn't turn up on time, so it was my turn to sing, and I beckoned on the guy, and to just help me out with the instrument.
To help out.
Yes, they messed my job up, my administration.
We were playing Makusa, we're supposed to play hip hop.
Even climbed the stage, and I was telling them, my pace, the groovy pace, they couldn't. I don't know what happened that day.
Do you think it's the spirit of a competition that goes into the church?
It's so that you don't do better than their people. But I've always said that every time I go into a competition,
the gospel is not about competition.
Yes, it's not about. But I say in my prayer, Lord, as I'm ministering, give the same man, the same person here, the same grace to minister. Nobody is the audience except you. So when you have that in mind, you won't be in any competition.
In gospel music, you outdo your past. No, you don't outdo others.
That was a big problem. I felt very bad for some certain people because that happens.
Let me ask you some dicey questions. Do you charge?
I don't do today.
But you know that sometimes when you don't charge, they give you peanuts and it makes you struggle in ministry.
It does.
I don't want
it's
to.
It's only God that will deliver us from that. I don't know what it's a cankerworm. It's a cankerworm. But there are few people in this nation, and these are fathers. They don't do these things. They give you, if you are coming and you are charging them, they will give you. They know who brings the anointing to them.
Who carries grace.
When they bring you, like they have brought me severally.
They honor you.
My brother, there was one day I ministered and the protocol came to the hotel room to take me back to the airport because I was rushing back to Lagos. And they brought an envelope and I opened I fell on the bed.
Another anointing with that?
Yes, because I wasn't expecting that.
Well, how many times did they
that kind of? I also asked what they gave to the previous person who came. The money was not to what they gave me. Because he recognized the place of the anointing and the grace. So I think it's a thing of conscience. He would have said to himself, if I give this man who didn't charge me less than what I give to the man that charged me, maybe God may not be happy.
Some don't get that leading.
But some don't have that leading.
God
I'm just saying it's just few. And these people are fathers in the Lord. Yeah. But these new generation pastors, they prefer being charged and they glory in that charge. And don't you know how much I paid this person?
But also we have people who argue that there's so much time and training that goes into creating a talent or getting a talent, and at the end of the day they need to charge for it. I don't want to take side. I want to believe that yes, you need to charge, but also don't forget that David had those training in his era. He was sophisticated in his era, but he didn't charge God for anything that he did. So I don't think that holds sway.
Yeah, they are. Okay.
Yes. James? What's your thought about? Is there anything that you want to talk about that you really think is heavy on your chest you need to speak about before we call it a day today?
What do I? There are too many of them that over time I ponder and it gives me. I don't want to say I bleed. The same things we've been talking about. Because if you think you dealt with it yesterday, it just pops up tomorrow somewhere. and you're feeling, why can't this thing just fizzle out? So in the case of appreciating those who carry this grace, and you have it, you don't do it, and somebody comes to minister. You remember you had a program one day, somehow around Ibreda. You had so much hope, and after doing, and people enjoyed
that guy is a fake pastor,
and
he's
that
he's a
man
fake prophet.
did what he did.
I know him. He gave me a blank check. I won't call his name, but he's a fake pastor. He's a fake prophet.
I still had a blank check of 250,000 for many months, even up to 1 year, before I tore it from another pastor.
We don't charge, and yet you give us blank checks. You give us post-dated checks, and the checks don't clear.
He did it.
It's a crime, but then we're Christians.
And they promise you, go, I will send you money. And how do you lie in the presence of God over somebody who has, ministered from his heart to the people, and they worshipped, they blessed God, anointed came down, grace was, given to people, and you make a promise to the same person and you can fulfill it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have James MUNOR with us here. We've been talking. It's been an exciting time. If we continue, we won't leave here. But James, let me ask this question. Do you think the new generation church or the new generation Christians, they are a bit more, they are more free than the old time? We are from the old mode, but do you think the present day Christianity is being watered down, or do you think that?
Brother, we are not far from the truth. Prayer has been, taken off the equation because maybe a lot of things have been prepared down. Nobody's praying like you should pray. I don't know what the problem
Maybe you're not seeing them.
Yeah.
People are praying, maybe you're not seeing them.
I know, but you should know, because the character that people exhibit. How do you imagine a Christian? Like I have gone to places maybe in hotels. We live in hotels, and you see a Christian who came in with you, comes out of the room to a corner by a bar, not knowing you're going to come out to the bar or pass by and see them shacking.
But some parts of the preach shacking is not a bad thing now.
And then maybe you're there, you find another girl coming to see the same person. He has invited from somewhere to come to the hotel.
They are just visiting. Do you know if they are just visiting?
Okay, thank God.
You know they are just visiting.
Let
me ask you this for this.
These are the problem of the new generation.
Let me ask you this quick one.
We don't even do it because we have fear.
Yeah, you want? Yes.
You know what a man told me? He said to me, why take him back to the airport in Benin? He said, he's a man of God. He's a chief protocol. He said to me, you know the reason why my bishop brings you back every year? Because they put a surveillance on you. Every time you are here, they watch your movement. Unlike some that they come, guess, even preachers bringing girls. And my bishop has made a vow because they kept watching you. I was shocked. I said, so if I had done this, they would have seen me.
Let's shake this table. Doing branding and holding concerts in mega hotels and charging money for it, $1 million for a table and the rest. How do you see
in Christian events?
Yes. We have them now. We have them everywhere. Listen, I'm just trying to see how we can talk about all this stuff.
My brother, that one is the revelation you have about those things. What you don't know is bigger than you. So because you will go and preach to them why this, they will tell you this is what I know how to do and I'm doing it. So
worship takes place, people are drinking and eating. Not that you're drinking alcohol, but worship somehow.
So who are they worshiping at the point?
No, maybe just a concert for Christians to get together and really enjoy themselves, enjoy the place of branding and excellence, something like that.
Man of God, I can't explain it. To me, it's an abomination. I went into a church one day heavy worship. People were crying. People were sobbing. A pastor sat down, brought his Bible, and was flipping through in the presence of God while worship is going on.
Maybe there's revelation now. The Lord is giving him rema for this.
And not once, not twice. Every time I'm invited to that church, he does that.
I always believe that if somebody keeps opening the Bible when the Spirit of God is moving or the power of God is moving, he has stopped drinking from that altar. Because I have somebody who did that in my time. You know, anytime the man of God is preaching, start flipping his Bible. He has stopped drinking from that altar. So he's just waiting for time to move from that church.
Anybody, pastor, worship is going and you're doing that.
Yes, even if it's pastor.
You didn't study at home.
The pastors who are too close are those who stop those who are far away once you get into the anointing. And so he stopped drinking because he's offended at some of the things the minister is doing.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is kingdom culture. The Bible have admonished us to walk right, to look unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. James, if people want to get to you, are you on social media platforms?
MUNOR James. Or
MUNOR James.
Yes.
Or James MUNOR.
James MUNOR. You can
MUNOR.
MUNOR.
And you are any other platform?
No, just on YouTube. Majorly on YouTube and Facebook.
Are your songs on any
Facebook.
On
Yes, on YouTube.
Okay.
James MUNOR.
Okay.
James MUNOR.
Any final word before we run?
Please be strong. The race of Christian music towards we've cried several times. We've gone to cities where we're not recognized. After singing, we had to pay our way back many times. Not that now that we our trips is being handled, paid for. We had hotel, but in the beginning, it was rough. And sometimes, even at this time, we still do such sacrifices. So whatever you see and made along the way, take it, because this is the work of the Lord. Nothing you've done for the kingdom that is a waste. There is no lesson.
People will leave it here. Don't forget, Christianity is not a fake life. It's the real thing. It's the real deal. No matter what you face, you say, take it. Jesus, the Apostle Paul was told, after you suffer for a while, I'll bring you back. Omo, we're going nowhere. This is Kingdom Culture, the Christian Talent Community Show. My name is Obus Bezali Brother. We'll see you later. James, thanks for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for
having me.
Yeah, and in case you want to get some of our songs, we're introducing what they call the CTC Rev Box to everyone. 60 Rev Box for those who don't have the capacity to download music online or buy data to stream online, or you don't have the capacity to do all this. Just get our CTC Rev Box. We'll be talking more about it. We have over 50 songs, going to 60, 70 songs now in this box. It has 4 hours battery life, and you can use it in the village, in the city, for parties, for choir rehearsals, whatever. You just don't need to hook up to a light source of light. It's powerful. Some of the amazing Christian songs you've not heard are here. And you can reach us at official CTC NG on all platforms. Don't forget, Kingdom Culture. It may be painful, it's real, and God rewards at the end. We'll see you. Bye.